What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Heads Up Sports Cards. It's Mike, and we are coming back at you with Throwback Thursday, the baseball edition. This is episode number 41, and this week we continue on our tour of the 90s Topps Baseball, bringing you 1995 Topps Series 1. In here, we will be looking for first day issue Topps Stadium Club cards, which are pretty cool insert cards to find. As well as some Own the Game instant wins, which are obviously expired at this point, but probably find some top players from this era on those cards. Haven't ripped this product in, let's see, 25 years. So why don't we go ahead and get right on into the rip, and let's see what we get. All right, excellent. I did already take the wrapping off of this, so just to expedite our process. Hopefully that takes about a minute and 30 seconds off, and we end up only in one video this week. So that'll be the goal. All right, awesome. Definitely want to say thank you to everyone for your continued support of Heads Up Sports Cards, and let's get right on into the rip, and let's see what we get. Not sure if this product is going to have, the breaking issues that this era card seem to have, but we'll get right on into it and we'll figure that out. All right, excellent. Here we go. CJ Nitkowski, that's a draft pick. 1994 All-Stars of John Franco and Lee Smith. Insert checklist right off rip. Bobby Jones, Scott Severus. That's kind of a nifty card there for sure. That is cool. Thought I flipped these the right way. Alan Watson, David Cohn, Mike Blowers, Joe Orsulek. There we go. Trevor Hoffman. There we go. Hall of Famer. Future Hall of Famer there. Orlando Merced. Rob Butler. We have a future stars of Brooks Kishneskish, sure. Brooks Keichnick. There we go. Let's see what we got here. We got that Denny Martinez with that different back. That's that foil. You can see the difference there. So Denny Martinez, Cyber Stats, rainbow foil insert, and Dave Weathers. All right. Like I said, been a long time since I've ripped this product, so let's not mess around with the flippy-doos. So Matt Whiteside, Eddie Murray, Hippolito Pichardo, Mark Dewey, there's a BJ Surhoff, Tim Raines, Rock, there we go, Mike Kelly, Kenny Lofton, Daryl Whitmore, Jason Giacomi, Jose Bautista, the pitcher, Matt Smith, draft pick for the Royals, and John Wasden, future stars. All right, John Wasden, we know him. Rusty Greer is our foil card there, and a Kevin Rogers. There we go. Let's hope we get one of our big name guys coming out of the set in that nice foil. That would be very nice. Let's see, Ken Hill, Jack Armstrong, Gary Gaetti, Wally Joyner, Tim Nearing for the Red Sox, Don Slott, Scott Brocious, and Ed Sprague. A young Scott Brocious there. Dwight Smith, Dave Hansen, Darrell Hamilton. Going to have our first dupe 3 packs in. CJ Nitkowski draft pick card. There's a Jim Edmonds. Not bad. Jim Edmonds. Ramon Martinez is our Cyber Stats that awful stickage on there, giving the surface some issues, and a Sterling Hitchcock. All right. Let's see, we got Steve Reed, Derek Lindquist, Benny Santiago, Damian Easley. There's Kurt Willis, Wilson Alvarez, Tim Wallach. This is like the former Red Sox coaches pack. Mike Devereaux, Jeff Robele, All-Stars of Maddox and Cone. There we go. Insert. Todd Benzinger, Noberto Martin, Todd Hollinsworth, future stars there. Gar Finolva for the Finvold. Gar Finvold for the Red Sox. Never heard of him. And there's that Scott Severus is on that Spectra Light insert. That's what they call it there. As you can see on the box. That cool card there. All right. Let's see. We got a Scott Sanders, John Franco, Julio Franco, Chris Haney, Blas Minor, Mike Henneman, Randy Myers, Jeff Reed. All-Stars of Dante Bichette, Bo's dad, and Kirby Puckett. Nice card there. We have a Babe Ruth insert. Not sure what the rarity of this card is, but that's kind of a neat card. Haven't seen that before. Babe Ruth 100th birthday celebration card. Very neat. Draft pick of Paul Konerko. So there's a nice draft pick. And Mark Ferris, Alex Cole, Jeremy Burnett's on our Cybertech Spectralite. There we go. Cyber Stats insert. And another Todd Hollinsworth, future stars. Future was not that bright in 1995 Series 1. All right, we have Rusty Greer, Gator, Mike Greenwell, Dave Henderson, Eric Plunk, Marquise Grissom, BJ Surhoff again, Rafael Palmeiro, Sterling Hitchcock, Chuck Knobloch. Got a Ray McDavid Star Trek insert. All right, Ray McDavid, never a star. Mike Hampton. Here is a Joe Russell, future stars. Rocket, Roger Clemens, very nice there. Ruben Sierra is our Spectralite rainbow foil. And a Tom Glavine. There we go. Kind of like the edging on the pictures of these cards. Almost like a scrapbooky type feel, which is kind of neat. Mike Henneman, Dennis Eckersley here is our Spectralite, very nice there. Matt Smith again, Mike Thurman draft pick. There's an Andy Ashby and a draft pick of Ramon Castro. Bob Tewksbury, Randy Johnson, very nice, Randy Johnson. Pete Smith, David Cohn again, Richie Lewis, Andy Ashby. There's a John Smoltz. We have Dave Magadan and Stan Javier. Right. We move on. Cecil Fielder. No kidding. All right, here we go. Cecil Fielder. Ellis Burks is our Spectralite. Steve Howe. Future stars of Tony Clark, El Presidente. Derek Lilliquist, the other El Presidente, he's the Midre Cummings spokesperson for the Players Union. There's All-Stars of Bonds and Griffey. Very nice. Griffey and Bonds together on a card. Mike Kelly. There's Cecil Fielder. Again, same pack. Did we already get that? Yep. 2 Cecils in the same pack. There we go. Nice job, Tops. Jose Mesa. See, they haven't learned from their many years of making cards. Ben Rivera, Mike Hampton, Chris Sabo, Lance Johnson, and Sean Dunston. Many, many years of making cards, and they still put the same guy in the pack twice. Oh, man, these cards. We're having fun. All right, excellent. Renee Archella. Here is our foil of Darryl Kyle. Noberto, Jeremy Burnitz, Terry Shumpert, Lou Whitaker, Shane Reynolds, Johnny Ruffin, Tony Pena, Darren Lewis, Joe Carter, Blas Minor, Sterling Hitchcock, Ryan Klesko, All-Star Rookie Cup, and a Steve Traxel. All right, Charlie O'Brien, Orlando Merced is going to be our foil card there. Spectra foil. Canseco, Andy Van Slyke, Ricky Bones, Mike McFarlane, Brian Harvey, Richie Lewis, Jose Aguando, Jose Offerman. Ben Grieve is our draft pick. Huge name back in the day. Hector Fajardo. There's Pat Mahomes Sr., Tim Mosser, and Joe Roselli, future stars. All right, we got Doug Million draft pick. Dave Nielsen is our Spectralite. Star Tracks of Andrew Lorraine, Roberto Mejia, Alan Watson, Checklist, Craig Graybeck, Wayne Kirby with that kind of neat deal that they're doing with some of these, Mel Rojas, Kevin Seitzer. There's a Danny Martinez, the other El Presidente. Kurt Manwarning, Paul Sorrento, Steve Frey, and Geronimo Baroa. I'd like to find one of these Stadium Club cards here and see what they're all about. Here's a Walt Weiss, also getting that nifty progression there. Dave Henderson, wearing number 42, playing for the Royals back then. There we go. Bob Natal, Mark Langston, Hector Fajardo, and Mike Dyer. Brian Bucky Buchanan, draft pick. There we go. Fred McGriff, Wayo Seed. Tommy Green, Delano D. Shields, Jose Manzanillo, Dave Burba, Thomas Howard, Willie Blair, and Bip Roberts. Too bad this wasn't the second card. Arthur Rhodes, Greg Maddux, we're back going the other way now. Joe Grain, Eddie Tabessi, sure. There's a Randy Milligan, Joe Carter again. Tommy Pagnozzi, Brent Gates, All-Stars, third baseman of Matt Williams and Wade Boggs, insert, and second baseman of Carlos Baerga and Brett Boone. Yep, Brett Boone. I was like, not Aaron yet. Todd Zeal and a Brooks, whatever his name is, Future Stars. Couldn't say it last time. Not going to try and say it again. Steve Howe. There's a Mickey Morandini, and Steve Traxel is our Spectra Light. All right. Chuck Knobloch. Barry Larkin, nice Spectral Light there. Barry Larkin. Future Stars of Mark Suzuki, John Wasden again, and Darren Fletcher. John Wasden, Future Stars. Mark Farris, draft pick. There's Domingo Sidonia, Dave Nielsen, progression. Bobby Jones, Billy Spears, my man Otis playing for the Sox. There we go. Got an Otis. Barry Larkin again. That's the base. Darren Jackson, Armando Reynoso, and another Trevor Hoffman. How about like another Frank Thomas? All right. Richie Rowland for the Sox. Phil Plantier, Tim Salmon, Jeff Conine, Brian Harvey again, Milt Kyler, Jim Eisenreich, there we go. Rookies, top prospects, Brian Hunter, Jose Malav, Kareem Garcia. Who is Kareem Garcia? And Shane Pullen. Prospects. Who is Kareem Garcia? Then we have another Hoffman, Pat Harnish, another Jim Edmonds, Roberto Mejia, Joe Carter is our Spectral Light. There we go. And Eddie Williams. All right. Louis Lopez, Jack Armstrong, Mike Bordick, Kenny Rogers. Now we're cooking with gas. David Segui, Kirk Reuter, Ray Sanchez, Wizard of Oz, Ozzie Smith. There we go. John Valentin playing for the Sox. All-Stars of Jimmy Key and Danny Jackson. All right. Raul Mondesi, All-Star Rookie Cup. Todd Hollinsworth, Joe Roselli, and Jose Vizcaino is our Spectral Light for the Mets, and Brent Maine. All right. Dave Weathers. There's a Ron Darling Spectral Light. Very nice. Millbury, Mass. Claims Ron Darling. Mark Langston. Alex Cole. Billy Spears. And we have another top prospects card. We have Terrell Wade, Juan Acevedo, Matt Arundel, and Eddie Priest. Nobody who made it. Jimmy Poole. Scott Kamenecki. There we go. Another Randy Johnson unit. Randy Milligan. Wilson Alvarez. There he is. The Big Hurt. Nice Big Hurt card there. Frank Thomas. Hal Morris. Another Tom Glavine. And Steve Buscemi. Billy and Gronk are going crazy in the back there. All right, we got Charlie O'Brien, John Franco, Carlos Hernandez, Matt Williams, Tim Spent, maybe, Spear, Mike Fetters, Harold Reynolds, Matt Noakes, Sid Bream, Lance Blankenship, Brooks Kishnishoff. There's another Rocket, Roger Clemens, Kurt Miller, Star Trek, Mike Bordick, there we go, and Bob Hamlin is our All-Star Rookie Cup card. Sure he was. This is some sticky plastic. All right, Greg Maddux, Chris Bosio, Jim Thome, Paul Sorrento, Mike Musina, Woody Williams, Ed Sprague, Tommy Green, Mark Ferris again, Rael Cormier. We have a Stadium Club first edition of Paul Molitor. So I wish that it had been kept in better condition, but I do enjoy the name there, the Molitor. Very nice Paul Molitor. They didn't number these at all. Just put the foil stamp on there, first day issue. So pretty cool there for the Molitor. Ricky Bottalicio is our Star Trek. Future star of Jeff D'Amico. Daryl Whitmore is our Darrell Whitmore. There we go. And Mike McFarland. Let's see if we get another one. That would be cool. 2 per box. We'll take it. Troy Neal, Kent Mercer, Mark Grace, Tony Pena, Chris Hammond, Louis Pania, Polonia. There we go. Luis Polonia. Rafael Palmero, Mel Rojas, Baerga and Boone All-Star card again. Orlando Miller on the Star Trek. Brian Harvey. Future stars of Derek Jeter. There we go. That's a nice one. Surface actually looks pretty good on that. Very nice there. Benji Gill. Didn't know we were necessarily looking for that. There's a Mike Musina on the Spectralite and an Edgar Martinez. So very nice Jeter. Coming out. Rick Rowland again. Rich Rowland, Mickey Morandini, Mariano Duncan, Thomas Howard, Lenny Webster, Mark Wendell, Mike Devereaux, Ken Caminetti, All-Stars of Jimmy Key and Darren Jackson, Mark Leiter, Jose Manzanillo, Billy Pulsifer for the Mets, and LaTroy Hawkins, future star. John Wetland is going to be the Spectralite, and a Jimmy Poole. All right, we got Bob Zubzik and Todd Hundley as our Spectralite. Kevin Tapani. Mark Thompson is the Star Trek. John Smiley. Gar Vinvola again, that guy. Pete Harnish, Ray Langford, Chris Sabo, and there's Kenny Ryan as well. Kenny Ryan, one time hopeful there. Mo Vaughn, nice, Mo Vaughn. The hit dog, hit cat, I don't know what they called him. Barry, nice Barry Bonds. Ricky Bones, Darren Fletcher, and Bo's dad. There he is, Bo's dad. All right, there's Daryl Boston. Johnny Ruffin is our foil. Ishmael Valdez and Eddie Williams. Mike Butcher. Dan Smith. Lance Blankenship. Scott Severus again. Severus Snape. Brett Boone. Darren Jackson. John Smiley. Chad Curtis. Doug Henry. Steve Buscemi, and Darren Holmes on that pack. Let's get one more of these Jeters. That would be awesome. All right, we've now officially gotten both cards on the front of the box. Got the Frank Thomas earlier. There's a Royce Clayton. Rene Archoa, Aroche. There we go. Jason Giacomi. Terrence Long is our draft pick. Ricky Jordan and Eric Hansen. Got another prospects card. Terrell Wade, Juan Acevedo, Matt Arundel, and Eddie Priest again. Scott Brocious. Mark Grace, Joe Grain. So Terry Shumpert. Kim Batiste, Mel Rojas, Lenny Dykstra, and Mark Aker. Here we go. We got Mike Stanley. Roberto Hernandez is our foil. Mike Stanley again. Yep. Rob Butler. Paul Sorrento. Dave Winfield. Old Dave Winfield. Tim Belcher. Milt Kyler. Tino Martinez. Mike Bordick. There's a Raul Mondesi with the cup again, and a Mike Musina. Dave McCarthy, Goose, there we go, and an Eddie Murray, and a Carl, where we're going, we don't need Rhodes. All right. Why did they do this? This was like, whose idea was this? I hope they don't work at Topps anymore. Jim Poole, Ralph Palmeiro. There we go. Rick Botticello, Jose Offerman, Steve Finley. Prospects of, let's see, Brad Klontz, Steve Phoenix, Bucky Buckles, that's his name, Bucky Buckles, and Scott Gentile. This guy's name is really Bucky Buckles. Wow. All right. Poor kid. Jason Giacomi, Tom Pagnozzi, Terry Pendleton, Tim Salmon, Terry Mulholland, Chris Hammond, Tommy Green, Orlando Merced, and Al Martin. All right. Edgar Martinez, Pete Harnish is the insert card, the foil. Melvin Nieves, CJ Nitkowski again on the draft pick. Mike Morgan, Aaron Seeley, Mike Gardner, Felix Furman, Bob Hamlin on the draft pick or All-Star card, Rookie Cup. There we go. Carlos Hernandez, Tony Tarasco, Lenny Webster, Tom Urbani, Steve Reed, and Ben McDonald. Gold foil names. So hard to read. Jeter was like recognition. Now we're back the other way again. All right. Ken Hill, Harold Baines, Ramon Martinez, Hal Morris, Dougie Drabeck, and another Mo Vaughn. Bobby Jones and Pat Henkin, Chad Curtis, All-Stars David Cohn and Greg Maddux, Chris James, Bill Pulsifer, future star, Wilson Alvarez is the foil, and Dave Nielsen progression. Because why would they put more than one Jeter in a box? Mike Greenwell, Dean Palmer, Eduardo Perez, Chuck Carr, Travis Miller, draft pick, John Smiley, Jeff Tackett, Richie Lewis, Frank Thomas, and Jeff Bagwell, All-Star. There we go, All-Star duel. Daryl Boston, James Baldwin, Paul Konerko, draft pick again. There we go. Mark Aker is our Cyber Stats card, and then Craig Graybeck behind him. Jeez Louise. All right. Scott Sanders, Jose Vizcaíno, Walt Weiss, Hippolito Picardo, Darrell Hamilton, Terry Shumpert, Ray Sanchez, Ricky Bottalico is our Star Trek, Chris Howard, Mike Stanton, not that one, Star Trek of Ray McDavid, Kurt Schilling, Ishmael Valdez, Dave Winfield is going to be our foil there. Not bad, except for the big chunk of foil that's missing on his head. And Denny Martinez, and there is the chunk of foil. So it was a good card until, there was no foil on it. All right. Sean Dunston, Troy Neal, Charles Nagy,